Hello.
Hello, may I speak to Jad Paul, please?
This is he.
I'd like to, learn a little bit about your career as a banjo player and entertainment.
One thing I don't like is that there are so many banjo players who aren't musicians, you know.
I understand.
And they're because I studied banjo. I mean, went right through the whole system of teaching way back, you know. And I'm one of the very few guys that has done that I know of. And I don't like really being bumped in with a lot of people who I consider weren't really musicians.
Well, the magazine.
Have you heard my work at all?
Oh yes, I've got videos of you with Spike Jones, and I've got your 3 record albums, and I'm a real fan of yours, actually.
Yeah. Well, you know, actually, that I have some technique, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Also some musicianship that very few people have or have had on the instrument. Yeah, but according to who you think plays it well, can you give me any idea?
Oh, I think good players. Buddy Wachter. Oh, well, he's more of a modern day player. Well, let's see. You were actually better than Freddy Morgan, in my opinion. But
well, I would hope so. See, you know, Freddy is a very dear friend of mine, but he was just a banjo player.
Right, he was more of an entertainer, and you were more of a musician, am I?
Yeah, well, actually, I was an entertainer, but...
Well, no, you were an entertainer, but, I mean, if you had to say who was the better musician, I would definitely pick you.
Well, yeah, matter of fact, I don't consider myself in the same category as Freddy. That's what I'm talking about.
No, but, Harry Reeser was probably one of the best players.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, as being a real player.
Oh, definitely. I mean,
although I never heard him play anything but technique, you know. And I like to be associated with someone who can play a ballad, you know, with heart.
Somebody like Gene Sheldon?
No, Gene was a good friend of mine too.
He was a great showman.
Oh yeah, but these guys aren't players, you know. I mean, he had a cute little way of playing, but I mean, he was not a player. Freddy was not what I'd call a musician, you know.
No, not. I know what you're saying.
Very, very good friend of mine. We worked together when I was just a teenager, years and years ago. You know, actually, of course, and we worked together as an act, a duo, for a while. And then he suggested to Spike Jones that he get in touch with me, and that's how I got the Spike Jones stuff.
Well, you did the Sunnysiders together as a trio, wasn't it?
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, it was 2 banjos and a girl singer, and of course we all sang.
And you had probably one of the most popular hits, actually a couple of them, with Hey Mr. Banjo.
Yeah, I know, and I should have been on that, but unfortunately I wasn't. I didn't realize at the time that I should have been on as a writer, you know, ASCAP, because I don't know if you're familiar with Banjo Picker's Ball.
Oh yes, very well, and you wrote it, if I remember right.
Right.
You were the author. You wrote that song.
Yeah, well, I was the one who wrote the song, period, but the other 2 guys were on it, you know.
Yeah, I heard the story that you just put them on there as a courtesy or something like that.
No, well, no, we had a deal at the time, but Freddy had written, but he had never recorded Hey Mr. Banjo, and we got to 3 of us, the manager of the group, and Freddy and I, and the manager talked him into putting him on, but I didn't know anything about it till it was too late. But we had a thing where what we wrote for our group was the Sunnysiders, because all of us were on it, and that's how they got on my
the Banjo Picker's Ball.
Yeah, because and I didn't realize that that the manager, what the hell is his name? Oh, shoot. Nice guys. They're all nice people, but he kind of sneaked his name on Hey Mr. Banjo as a writer. And I should have been on it too, but that's way under the bridge.
Well, did they do that so they could get the royalties?
Well, yeah, that's what I said, that if I'd been on it, I would have got a better ASCAP shot, because Hey Mr. Banjo didn't really do anything. It was a better tune by far, but that doesn't mean anything, you know?
No, that's true. It's what the public buys.
Yeah, right.
Was the manager's name Norman Malkin?
Norman Malkin.
Yeah, yeah. You mentioned a lot with the Sunnysiders when I've done some research on your group.
Yeah, he was on as a writer, and he probably contributed a bit with Freddy and I. Freddy was a better composer than he was a player by far, you know, actually. But anyway, I'm not putting him down as a player, but I'm just saying that he wasn't a musician, as was I.
No, I mean, when you listen to the two albums, compare your album to his, there's no difference. I mean, there is a big difference.
Yeah,
I mean, so. I mean, because some people have told me they've listened to Freddy Morgan, and goes, there's nothing there. You know, it's just kind of.
If you listen to the ballads on mine, you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Oh no, they're
and also Miserlou and stuff like that.
Stumbling?
Well, that's nothing.
No.
I'm talking about real musicians playing, like when Day Is Done and stuff like that, that have really, you know, the stumbling and stuff like that are just tunes, you know, where the others are really songs.
That's true. They're kind of a gimmick, like Stumbling.
Yeah. Well, I had a lot of stuff on my albums that I was proud of, because nobody else had done anything like it.
Well, did you do more than the 3 albums?
Let me see. Because I've been on different things, but I can't, right offhand, I can't think of. I'm not thinking about that right now, you know. What I mean is in my life, you know.
No, I understand.
Well, what was your name again?
John Mumford?
John Mumford.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I hope I haven't been rude. I didn't mean it that way.
Oh, not at all. Thank you for even taking the time to spend a little bit with me here.
Hell, I'm not that famous or that big. But anyway, if you want to call me back later on sometime, maybe we'll do it. And in the meantime, I'd like to see what your work is.
Okay.
I know you're some kind of a professor at a college or something?
No, I'm actually a financial planner, but I actually went back to school and received a degree in music.
Oh,
and I convinced the school to let me play the plectrum banjo.
Oh,
So I've got a Bachelor of Science degree in performance in music, playing the banjo.
Oh, well, that's good.
So
I don't.
Well, it doesn't mean anything other than I went to the classes and took the test. It doesn't mean that I'm a good player.
Do you have any albums?
I don't. I'm trying to put one together. I could send you some songs that I play, but I'm not at your level.
Well, that's really what I meant. I was wondering, how you play.
Oh, I play, a little bit like Eddie Peabody, chord melody solos,
yeah.
and.
Well, Eddie Peabody was not what I would call a musician. Although I got to admit, when I was a kid, I started studying when I was about 8 years old. And I went through I don't know if you ever heard of Stahl, the methods. They had three, and the last one was, and